Hello, welcome back. Looks like I was wrong about Makoni v Beratos being the first war. It is in fact Yomi attacking Ubar is our first war of the game. Let's watch what happened there then. So, we have 1 point of PD that gets a mage and then a spirit. DLC Nation things versus one of Yomi's Dionis. This one has lightning reflexes. So, pretty even match. Let's see how this goes. Dione against the militiaman first. Easily destroys it. Next he has to handle some phantasms. They will kill themselves on the fire shield. Very slowly making his way through these. Taking a while, but he's chopping his way through. Looks like the mage trying to stay behind the rearist. Gets through the mage, just the spirit left. I'm not sure why the guardian spirit is still here when the thing it's guardianing is dead, but okay, so Yomi has struck a blow against Ubar, the first war of the game. We also saw a bump between Yomi and Marvoni too. So Dione took Lyratos, and then Marvoni's dragon moved in. So this time we have Dione versus Red Dragon. Who wins this one? Dragon eating the wolves first. Respect to that bush for surviving that. It took some damage. It does now have battle wounds. The bush has a chest wound. You hate to see it. We then get Dragon vs. Dione action. The Dione deciding, you know what, I've had enough of that. Retreats with, I don't know, still quite a few hit points. He got one good hit in on the dragon. Both of these combatants have limps, amusingly enough, so there's a very slow exit from the battlefield. With the dragon trying to catch up, but yeah. So Marvoni keeps hold of Lyratos for now. Let's go look around the map. So, Yomi, sleeper agent, thought they were having a slow start. They've decided to speed up their start by taking Ubar's stuff. Very interesting. We can't actually see much Ubar army, but I don't know. They've got a bunch of camels here, and there are quite a few Jin warriors here actually. Some here as well. Let's see. I think maybe he'll be able to stand up against these guys. The problem is that he can't really hit them very well, right? I'm not sure. Does the Dione have... Oh, it's got Spirit Sight, so I guess it can see invisible. Oh, and it's got an enchanted weapon as well, so it can hit ethereal. Alright, I guess he won't have much of a problem hitting them. That should be fine then. So, probably a good matchup. We'll see. They did have a very slow start, but I mean, you know, they've got their cap circle. There's a few more provinces they're free to fill in. So, not too bad. Who else can we see? Beratos did not get attacked. Interesting. They did pull all of their stuff back to their cap, though. And Makoni is still clearly in their cap circle. Spring Spires is very strong and well organized, so he's put a bunch of PD here. In fact, I've got a spy, so I can see 22 points of PD there. 15 in Pannonia. Yeah. So, Beratos will have to be careful. There's going to be a bunch of PD, plus all of this stuff can move in. I mean, I assume Makoni is still going to war Beratos, just not right now. He did take Zimria this turn. So, pushing up closer to... I mean, he's on both borders, so Beratos has their work cut out for them. They'll have to defend two directions, which will be tough. Next up, Rus. Still no more expansion from Rus just yet. We've got the stack sitting in Wachi. Fair enough. Ubar, yep. I have to deal with Yomi now. In the cave layer, I can see something attacked. Ah, so Pirani just scouting that. Attacked Yellow Caves, took that from the Zots. Not much else we can see down in the caves. A lot of expansion has stalled at this point. Not much left for people to take. I've only did grab the Lyratos, so yeah, they're very extended to the southeast over here. Muspelheim. They attacked into Silvergrove. Another unfortunate round of expansion. Looks like the commander is about to die, which is not good. No part of this was good. Oh, that was his prophet as well, okay. Well, yeah, that could have gone better. Too many units there. 75 versus 6. Bit easy to get surrounded. Oh, that other giant wasn't the commander, I just assumed it was. Okay. Was it just very slow because of a wound or something? Limp crippled, yeah. Okay. I thought this was a commander version. Fair enough. We also saw Nom getting pinged by a shadow servant from Sarmatia. So he decided to check why this province was empty before attacking it. Yeah, I can see he's making shadow servants here. Interesting. What else can we see? Makoni, yeah, didn't do much this turn, but they did take Zimri with the god. Sauro, still expanding. They got Willowkite this month. They still have space too. Memoria didn't expand this month. I'm still reeling from the loss of their Nemedians. Calum also didn't expand. And back to Yomi. Yeah, so first war of the game is going to be over here, I think. But there's still stuff to happen here, I think. So plenty to watch for. How's the graphs looking? Yeah, still pretty much the same. Roos is doing a lot of research. So I guess the guys who expanded quite slow are focusing on research for the time being. Everyone else is still basically clustered together except for these three. Interesting. Let's see what we see next turn. Let's turn 10. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Hello, welcome back. We start with two messages. Yomi giving us an update. They bumped Malverni, but they traded them 172 for 161. So we'll look at that in a second. They agreed. And they've started invading Ubar in earnest. Also, message from Beratos. Lets us know expansion's over. Didn't go as well as he'd hoped. Wasted the barbarian mercs early on. We did see that. Makoni has also been incredibly rude, taking provinces in my cap circle. When I messaged them, they offered for me to trade other provinces for them, which was simply never going to happen. Instead, I have talked to Calum and Malverni, and we're going to gang up on Makoni. What will hopefully be a quick and easy war. Interesting. I think having an army of sacreds that blind anyone who tries to attack them should make this easy enough for me. But them having a man-eater flying around could prove to be a problem, we'll see. Okay. So, Beratos, Malverni, and Calum versus Makoni. Interesting. Makoni did move into a bunch of Beratos provinces this month. So, lots to look at. How's Muspelheim's expansion going? Oh, this is nice. They're going to get some Garnet Amazons. They're pretty hard to kill. I think they have quite a high defense, right? Yeah, 15. Well, they also have fire resistance. That's pretty good for them as well against Muspel Giants. They get through it in the end, though. Nice pickup. It gives them some Blood Mages. Although Muspelheim has Blood Mages, right? They have Blood and Fire. That's good. We also saw... So, Calum moves into the Grandfather underwater province with some Shamblers, bounces off, and then Malverni finishes it off. So, interesting. We also see in Goodfish, Pirani taking that, and then Abyssia moves into it. So here we have a bunch of Pyrenees cavemen, including some Lavaborn, versus Abyssia, who also has some cavemen. So, pretty interesting. Sending out the firebolts too. You love to see it. So, what are these? Cavemen versus much larger cavemen? Who wins this? Firebolt's not doing much. Now this is Dominions right here. The Lavaborn in line formation, extremely slow. They do have a combat speed of 5. This is also a swamp, apparently. It's cold, is that? Let me just... Oh yeah, it's cold 1, and that reduces move speed? So cold is plus minus 1, interesting. So yeah, they're pretty slow. So the cavemen doing all the work currently. Slowly dying. Big Sacreds finally arrive. Fighting the smaller Lavaborn. Rough battle on each side. So these guys have Shock Res, Defense Blur, Undying 10, and Enchanted Blood. Big bless. And these guys have just Shock Res and Enchanted Blood. Do you guys just naturally have fire resistance then? That's quite good for them, isn't it? So these units are getting quite fatigued by the heat aura anyway, it looks like. Or just fatigued from lots of fighting, I suppose. They are in a swamp. I guess you guys don't have swamp survival, do you? No. So yeah, they've got 8 encumbrance here. So it didn't go very well for Abyssia. They lost 16 burning ones, which cost 70 gold each, so that's a huge setback. The cavemen are 18 gold, and they lost 26 of them as well, so also not great. However, it also cost Pyrenees quite a few things as well. These are 240 gold priests. 12 of the 20 gold sacreds. I mean, this feels like a bad fight for both sides, but I mean, lots of burning ones is particularly bad for Abyssia, I think. And Pyrenees actually keeps the province. So that's good fish. We can see there was also an assassination here. A spider attacked a giant caveman. Interesting battle. But the caveman is fine. Then we get the Makoni and Beratos stuff. So Makoni bounces off Ogwoods with the Atavi, hitting barbarians, but besides that, the god moves into Perenna, and a little stack here moves into Nobville. So taking that without too many problems. It's going to be very hard for Beratos to defend this, because they'd have to get across the bridge here to get back to this side. Or they come up and take this bridge. But yeah, it's going to be difficult to hold things either side of the river. And they do have the big stack moving up towards the cap too. So it sounds like Beratos is banking on Calum and Marverni helping them out. So Marverni is here. It does have a route into Makoni. Calum also. Calum has a lot of mammoths here though. Could be looking to just double cross Beratos and grab some easy Beratos stuff instead. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on things though. So far the momentum's certainly on Makoni's side. Anything else interesting from here? Oh yeah, there's also this battle. So Yomi... Oh, this is the wrong one. But this is also cool. We got Yomi into a bunch of barbarians. Well, the barbarians were doing quite well, but they just can't... they just can't stand facing these guys in their fear. So they rout immediately. Not bad. Isn't there also another... Oh, this one, Panzercrate's Bounty. So here, we get 1 Dione versus quite a lot of Nabar stuff, actually. This is a... Oh, Ubar stuff. This is a lot of Jin Warriors. I mean, it's a lot of Jin Warriors. So, the Jin Warriors are set to fly attack immediately, I think. Well, some of them are. Dione here is... This is the Lightning Reflexes one. So he's got Jin Warriors punching him. Quite a lot of them now. He's still just kind of trying to cast his buffs, though. Are you a combat caster? You'd think they would be, right? He is not, though. Interesting. So his fire shield protects him from the birds. Not going to protect him from the Djinn warriors, though, since they all have fire resistance. Quite a lot of it, in fact. What are you currently doing? Let's see, we scroll all the way down. Oh, they are getting affected by the fear, slightly. It's not a huge fear effect, though. You can see they're all hitting the Dione with their bronze swords. I think the Dione is still just trying to cast spells, though. He's down to 26 hit points. He's now crippled with battle fright. And it looks like he's fighting now. He got all his buffs up, finally. The Djinn warriors are having some trouble hitting this guy, but there's so many of them. They eventually kill him, turn him into his second form. So he turns into a ghost. He's now ethereal. Does that help? So that does help. The Djinn can't easily hit ethereal units, but again, there's just a lot of them currently. Oh, and they made that look easy, actually. Why was that so easy? They both just back-to-back killed him. Let me just... Where's the commander? Where are you? So what just happened? I mean, they just hit him. I mean, there's not much to say, really. So how many of them just attacked him? Shouldn't it say negated by ethereal? Was it just these two attacks and that was it? And they both just hit? Oh, there we go. Ethereal negated the damage. Okay, this one didn't do anything. But this one did. Increased to 34 due to slash damage. Exceeded maximum possible hit in area, reduced to 16. So it was this guy who hit him, and then one guy got negated by ethereal, and then this guy hit him. So he just died immediately. That's surprising. But there he goes. That's probably not a great result for Yomi. I imagine he's struggling to get the Dione out as it is. So that was Pantagruel's bounty. He didn't even kill anything, that's the sad thing. So he killed one Djinn warrior for 50 gold. These guys cost 685 gold and take 2 turns to recruit. So yeah, not the result he wanted. But that was 55 Djinn warriors. These are 50 gold units, so that's a shocking amount of... That's like 2,500 gold's worth of units. So yeah, I mean, what more could you really ask for in that situation? Anyway, let's look around the map now and see what we can see. So Yomi versus Ubot, that's going to be a bit tricky now. Yomi doesn't really have much army is the problem, right? What's Fimoria picking up? Just Indies? So Ubot can probably just walk straight at him. Beritos and Kalem aren't going to help either because they're about to war Makoni apparently. So Yomi's sort of trapped in this war now. And if this is anything to go by, he's going to struggle to defend against this. So what can he do? I'm not sure. He does have another Dione here with a few units, but I don't think that's going to make much difference. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next turn. I think Ubot should just push in though. He's got more Djinn warriors coming too. I think Yomi might have bitten off more than they can chew, but we'll see. There's Yomi's situation anyway. Not looking good for them. They do have some Bakemono archers over here. Maybe they'll make the difference. Beritos then. So I think Beritos is doomed. And that's just because Makoni had such a strong start. So they've got these things raiding from the north while the giant stack threatens his cap from the south. That's just a difficult position to be in. Basically, Beritos is just stuck now till he has a favourable exchange. So he probably has to just sit here patrolling, hoping that this moves into him. And then he has to hope he wins, so that he can then be freed up to go and take back the stuff he's about to lose here, which is not a good situation to be in. So he's a bit screwed until he gets a good exchange, I think. Unless he can pull some sort of trick out of his bag. Or if these other people come and help him, but even then, he might still be doomed. So it just, again, it depends what happens next turn. I guess we'll see. Makoni could just sit here as the thing and not move. And then Beritos is just stuck trying to defend against it. And he's just paralyzed while this stuff just takes all of the other provinces. What can he really do then? He could keep these things separate and move them up here and try to do counter raiding, so that at least he's trying to relieve some pressure, but It's a tough spot to be in, isn't it? Roos, do you do any expansion this month? A little bit. They're just playing slow and steady. They had the the fortune to spawn next to 2 slow neighbors, so they're doing okay. Might be a sleeper in this game. Ubar, I think, should probably just push their advantage against Yomi. Knocking out one of those Dionis seems to be a pretty big deal. Pyrenees. This is a rough exchange for both of the guys in the cave, but... well, Pyrenees has the province, so... these guys have both had kind of a slow start. So they might just both be down in the caves for a while. Still plenty of independent provinces to pick up. Pyrenees doesn't even have his cap circle yet, and it's 10-11, so... he needs to get on that. And Abyssir is... I mean, he has a bunch more units in red mines, but losing all those sacreds has got to hurt. I don't think they're going to be relevant for a little while. Till they fix some things. Marverni. Marverni can do what they want at this point. These 2 neighbors are in a war, so they can ignore this border. These 2 neighbors are in a war, so they can ignore this border. So they're free to do what they want. If they really want to go all in and help Veritas over here, take out Makoni, that might be good for them. Because they don't need to worry about their other neighbors just yet. Though Femoria might move in soon. If you're a small human nation with a weak early game, and you get invited to gang up on a big guy who's the game leader, you probably should do that, even if it feels dangerous. But it remains to be seen what Marverni actually does. He does have an awake god, so he doesn't really fear any aggression from anyone at the moment, I don't think. Yeah, why not, Marverni? Push into Makoni. I think that would be interesting. Let's hope they do it. Muspelheim? Okay, they got across the bridge here, that's nice. Although Roos has taken this province. How did they get there? How did they get there, actually? Oh, is this frozen? Oh, this is frozen. That's fine then. We can't see that, I guess. That's interesting. But yeah, both sides of this river are frozen, so... they can just walk across, so that's good for them. Yeah, I forgot. Muspelheim probably has cold scales everywhere. Right. That's quite good then. They can easily cross these rivers, can't they? Their expansion's probably done. They have to try and take this province, and then maybe this if they get to it. So they're kind of small. But they could easily walk at somebody at this point. Maybe Makoni. I mean, maybe they could be invited into the small fry coalition. I don't know. Makoni, I mean, yeah, the game is theirs, so not much to say there yet. We'll see how their next few battles go. Sarah are having great expansion. They are completely unbothered by what's going on in the world too. So not much to look at there yet either. Still taking provinces. Same for Moria. Looks like they're doing well too. Not sucked into any early wars yet. Calum could attack Makoni if they wanted to. Again though, they might be more tempted to gang up on Ubar with Yomi, but I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think this... The problem is though, if you leave this alone, Ubar's going to end up taking a bunch of this territory, and then you have big Ubar next to you instead of small Ubar next to you, right? Calum themselves are not particularly large at the moment. They also don't have an awake god, so they're not quite as safe as Marverni. I'm not sure what they should do. What they really need is lots of vision of the map to be able to make a good decision. We have the benefit of a god's eye view, of course. Which they do not. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. And back to Yomi. So this thing so far, I'm not sure what Yomi can do about Ubar. This seems difficult for them now that they just lost that Dione. But we'll see. The other Dione might fare better because he's got... I mean, I guess the Dione needs a bunch of units around it at the beginning of combat, right? This guy is still casting buffs when these things are hitting him, which is not a good place to be. Like, he's still casting Stone Skin, and now he's still casting Skeletal Body, and now he's still... What is it next? Temporamas. I think if you're going to stand there blowing up your fatigue for 5 turns casting buffs and getting no attacks in, Yeah, I'm not sure if he does any damage to the Jinn. I mean, he kills one. I think you need a bunch of units around you to tank blows while you're buffing yourself, right? So maybe that would help if he had a bunch of these Bakemono in the army. I guess the problem then is that they tend to cause a rout because they all die. But certainly this doesn't work, does it? Oh well, there's turn 11. Interesting stuff. We're getting nice, interesting things to look at already. It's not even the end of the year yet. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.